You've entered the rant session. Hi. 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 I wanted to talk about some stuff. Hi. I found out today. Subscribe Star, that amazing, beautiful platform that housed me after Patreon banned me for my model, for this model, which they saw on Twitter, and they decided that that broke their terms of service on their website, even though I wasn't posting it on their website. And then they banned me! From their site! And my entire income after I moved to a more expensive apartment disappeared overnight! Subscribe Star gave me a new home where I could post my content without being worried and without being scared and without being frightened of losing my income. Well, don't say nothing ever happens, because something fucking happened today! If I had a cigarette toggle for this model, I would use it. Hi! So, guess what? They've started using a bot today that is looking through people's content. And whenever you try to make a post, whenever you try to talk to the people who are paying for your services, there's a 4-hour hold on any post you make! And it needs to be approved. It needs to be approved by a staff member. And they're using some sort of AI. They're putting AI in the water. They're using an AI that scans for body types. I've heard from 2 different sources on illustrations that people post on the website. You know, that website that was supposed to be the place where people could post whatever they want, whenever they want. And as long as no one was getting hurt, it would be fine! Allegedly! No. Now we have fucking clankers checking the website for certain body types! I hate it here. I hate it here! I can make certain assumptions on why this is happening. That mostly just point fingers at the fucking UK, but I can't really do anything like that and have any sort of useful outcome, because you know who has all of the cards in this fucking situation? The credit card companies! Why? So, we're sending your little sister to the conveyor belt of doom. I had to delete a bunch of illustrations on my Subscribe Star today because they had a certain body type. Not even because they were but because they had a certain body type. Because the AI was going to flag them. I also went ahead, and even though I haven't confirmed that I would get flagged for using the word loli, I deleted all fucking text examples of loli and lolicon. These people can't fucking tell the difference between fact and fiction and fucking fantasy and Anime is now illegal. This thought experiment is over. You can all go home. If you're gonna go home, I'm putting you on this conveyor belt, and you're getting smashed into oblivion. We're in the thick of it. We're in the fucking thick of it. Imagine you are a website host. Imagine you're a website host in America, and you have certain rights where you're allowed to talk about whatever the fuck you want, as long as there's certain very rare limitations on your freedom of speech. And then suddenly, someone across the fucking ocean who lives in England says, actually, I don't like your website. Take it all down. And all of the internet says, yeah, that sounds right. We should let that's fine. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Mr. UK can decide all of the things for everyone outside of their jurisdiction. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Let's do that. Yeah, that makes sense. Some government official that I didn't vote for, that has no control over me, gets to decide what I see on the internet. That sounds great. I love that. Yeah. Cool. I love it here. My room is hot now. Remember when I said it was hot and when I said it was cold and I needed a heater? I have actually turned up... I think I did more work on this room than the heater did in raising the temperature. Fuck! Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna stay on Subscribe Star, which is my main income. I don't know. I actually don't even know if the post that I made today saying every character in my roleplays is 18 actually even posted, because they held it! Oh, it says it's public. It says it's public, okay. Well, that's nice. That's lovely. Great. Cool. Let's hope it stays up. Let's hope it stays up. I got so heated, I heated the entire room, and now I'm about to die via conveyor belt of doom. Thank you, Hazi, for making this so that I could freak out on a fucking dang-nab renpie screen saver. Over here. I feel like but yes, don't know what's gonna happen with that website. Allegedly, things will be okay, says the people in charge. When the people in charge say, don't worry, things are gonna be okay, when has that ever gone wrong? When has that ever gone wrong, huh? I don't know. I hate it. There's... Everything has been going wrong since you fucking turned the internet into these massive fucking whirlpools of... I miss forums, man. I miss forums. Social media was a mistake. Now too many normies see my posts, and then they want to invite themselves in and ruin my hobby. Anyone in here playing War Thunder Naval? We'll get to that. Don't worry, Kaden. I just need a moment to yell. Kaden. I just need to crash out for a moment. The other day, I got so much hate on Twitter for mentioning that lolicons are like the foundation of YouTubing. Do you know how many 17 and 16-year-olds who had adults do not interact on their profiles told me to myself? Ah! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Go move to the UK or something! I don't fucking care! Get out! Get out! My block list grows exponentially, and the funny part is, it grows. I'll be on fucking shitter, and I will see someone posting something, and like 2 commenters, I like can't comment on their replies. And I'm like, oh, I wonder why, and they have me blocked. Just randoms out in society. I anger them so much with my truth nukes. My truth nukes. So what? Maybe I'm a little crazy. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. It's fine. I'll just crash out live on stream. This is fine. I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like I'm crazy. And then whenever I bring up the fact that censorship of legal content by credit card companies is insane, I'm met with a bunch of fucking minors on Twitter telling me to myself. This isn't for them. Go away! Ah! I feel like I'm fucking insane. It feels like a fucking fever dream! Hello, daddies. Hello, daddies. Hello, what's up? Hello. Okay, I think I got it out. I think I've got everything out now. I think I'm good. I just am very scared and honestly shocked that this might be happening with a second platform I've been on. When I was on Patreon, I feel bad saying this, but I made much more on Patreon than I made on Subscribestar, and it's probably just because it's like a household name brand. If I told some normie about Subscribestar, if I said, yeah, I'm using Subscribestar, they don't know what that is, but everyone knows what Patreon is. It's mainstream, everyone knows what it is. I was making a lot more on there, and then one night, it just stopped. And I had to, like, freak out and find a new alternative. And I went here. And now the alternative is cracking down on the same content. You know that's the only reason why I use your service! I'm not gonna use your service if you crack down on the content that I came here to post! This is the only reason you exist, Subscribestar! Earth to Subscribestar! That's the only reason you exist! People aren't gonna use me. People aren't gonna use you if you ban that content! You go under! I don't know what I'm gonna do if it happens. Because that's my main income, and I'm rather if that happens. They started stalking your account when your Patreon went down. Yes, they did! And then they got so sassy with me in the emails. You truly wish every credit company goes under? I really wish them a very happy, have a not good year. Unsubscribe, star. Not yet, please. I still need to get paid. Wait, they haven't banned me yet. Don't unsubscribe, star. That's a really good hashtag. good hashtag. I can name. Hold on. There's an artist that was having an issue with this today. I'm not the only one. Pawn! Only_my_pawn had this issue today where they posted something and their subscribers literally could not see it even though it said it was public. Like they have to tell their subscribers who pay for the content to enter a private Discord server so they can get the fucking content that they're paying for. This is so stupid! Could you create a Patreon that's not directly connected with your... No! I'm not allowed to make a Patreon ever again! They told me that if I wanted to make a Patreon again, I would have to stop doing my current work. Which means they wanted me to stop VTubing in order to make a new Patreon. They said if our Patreon funds any content related to the content that you posted on your Twitter and on Patreon, then we can't let you back in. But if you make an entirely new Patreon, an entirely new job, like a new thing, then we can let you in. Patreon said, graduate! You want to be able to pay for your house? Graduate! Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, and Discord's cracking down too, so I don't even know if Pawn's solution is even gonna work because I had someone reach out to me saying they got it. I just saw their message. I didn't mean to leave them on red. They said I got stuck in the stupid shitter DM requests. They were like, I got suspended on Discord for posting a Pixiv link because it had lolicon content. Well, this person does not live in Australia or the UK. Why? Why? Why are these companies following their fucking laws? Just don't let Australians into Discord! Don't let Australians into Discord! Oh, hi, Emmy. Hi. Hello, Emmy. I'm crashing out. Welcome in. Why is the background the Danganronpa meme? Because I'm crashing out. I don't know if Emmy saw it. Subscribe Star is cracking down on lolicon content, so I'm crashing out. I just don't understand why US-based companies are adjusting their limits on content. Their content guidelines based off of your government, my dear Australian. I love Australians. I love Australians. I don't love the government! The welcome leader. I really hope she wasn't doing an ASMR. That would be so sad. Your little sister is gently putting you to sleep, and then the next thing you know, your other little sister's putting you on the conveyor belt of doom! But come on. Think of the poor credit card companies. Think of the poor credit card companies. You wouldn't want the poor credit card companies to have to go to the court systems, right? Oh, that cost them so much money and lawyer fees that they definitely actually win anyways. Oh, that'd be so sad. That'd be so sad. Oh, poor credit card companies. livelihood of thousands of people. Yeah, that seems right. Yeah. It's a small indie credit card company called Visa. You might have not heard of them before. This shit is so stupid. I have experienced it as both a content creator on like websites like Patreon and Subscribestar, but I also kind of experienced it from like the game dev side of things, because there are fucking books and games now. The companies are choosing not to translate, not to localize as like US titles because they're afraid of the fucking credit card companies. And some of the CEOs of these publishers are probably like, there's a few of them that you can tell they don't really care. Not that they're antis, but they just don't really care enough. But there's also some CEOs of these companies that are like, damn, that sucks, but also I don't have the money to go to court. I actually am a publisher that would be like severely handicapped going into court. Question you should ask yourself isn't, can I afford food? No, it's, are you doing enough to fund Visa MasterCard? Anti-loli con. Or just honestly anti-content. That's what the anti and anti stands for. Anti-free speech. Yeah. I don't even know if that's like a bad take. Mediocrates. Hopefully we don't have to hashtag unsubscribe star. Yep, it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle. People will always be like, oh, slippery slope fallacy, slippery slope fallacy. We are on the slippery slope. Site after site keeps banning content. It's not even anti-loli con, it's just pro-censorship. Yeah. And every time it gets... I was saying earlier, every time you bring it up, you get fucking 100 Dragon Ball Z One Piece profile picture accounts telling you to kill yourself. Where did credit card companies get this whole anti-zeal from? So, I can't explain what is probably the reasoning behind it. And it's, there's a type of job, there's a type of corporate lawyer job that's called, what is it called? Fuck. I didn't write notes for this crash out, I'm sorry. Basically you're a lawyer who tries to see any small thing that could take your company to court, even if you would obviously win the case. These are risk assessment managers. They take those small things and they say, we're not going to be interacting with this at all because it could cost us hundreds of thousands in lawyer bills for cases that we would win anyways. But we don't want to spend hundreds of thousands in court. So we're just going to avoid the problem entirely and tell the people that we can bully into just not doing that kind of thing because it causes issues for us. That is one of the reasons why. It's the reason why I think that they do this. But there's a lot of like you can also argue that the people that have a lot of ownership in these companies have their own personal ideas on how the world should look and how the world should interact with content. And they may, who knows, maybe they use their power to try to bully their way. Yep. Vote me for God. I will become God, and you all get a designated, government-mandated Mm-hmm. What's bad is I guarantee those people do way worse stuff behind closed doors. Well, yeah, we have a list of them. We have a list of those people. They should be here on the conveyor belt of doom. It's so stupid. No, Kira was right. Kira was right. I wonder, I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright struck for using this song. I thought this song was part of Danganronpa. It's not, it's a Thomas the Tank Engine song. I thought this was literally the song that played when they exited that girl. But it's a fucking Thomas the Train Engine song. I should be shaking my model so... Boom. 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 You'd rather be left alone? That's not possible in the current internet. The solution is leaving these communities to have their own spaces, like just letting them have their own spaces, but that's not how the modern internet works. The modern internet is a social web where everyone has to have everything connected and everyone wants to know everything about your life. Every time I open up TikTok, on my profile, there's... And that's not even fucking mentioning the new TikTok update. Every time I open my TikTok, on my profile, there's a section that I can't get rid of that always says, enter your college? Don't you want people to know where you went to college? Kumo Goro Goro? Don't you want to know? Don't you want people to know? No. No, I don't want people to know. I don't want people to know anything about me. No! You don't get like small, little isolated communities and forums and stuff because the internet is now built in a way where everything is a massive blender of people, and you're gonna post something that your friends and you and your community enjoys, and then some outsider's gonna come in and be like, actually, this is the worst thing ever. I have 100 Dragon Ball Z alt accounts that I'm now going to use to terrorize you with. Just don't interact with it. But that's not how the internet works anymore. The default used to be, see something I don't like, I'm gonna block and move on. But now it's, I must destroy this person! Even if they've been dead for 7 years. That's not normal behavior! I hate it here, man. I hate it here. I don't understand how we even got here. Main character syndrome has become a plague. I think it's normal and perfectly acceptable for you to have a little bit of main character syndrome. It makes it. You need it. You need it to live. But when you think everything like revolves around you, when you think that, oh, I had this trauma, this one trauma that happened as a child, and now I have to make sure that no one ever consumes content related to it. No, I don't care. I don't care about your trauma. Just don't interact with it. Get away from me. Who the hell do you think you are? No, that's not how the world works. Sorry. Like what? Are you... Do you have mental problems or something? I don't understand. It's so easy. You can just block the tag. the entire fan fiction website, Archive of Our Own, was made as a private space. Not private, but as a space for people to make any sort of content they want. Because what happened? People got in and started saying, actually, I think this is icky. What? Why are we posting this here? This should be banned off the site. You came in here! Alright, well, I have to turn my heater off. I'm dying now. I'm sweating. Hold on. We should move on. We should move on. We should move on to happier things. Can I get off of the conveyor belt of doom now, please? Yesterday I walked into a library. And I was shocked to see people reading. How dare they? How dare they? I used to roll my eyes when people said cancel culture. But people were right. Like, maybe not in the same way that, like, everyone says it, but it is real. Yeah. I don't know. You read all of Berserk from your local public library? That's awesome. That's really cool. Libraries are awesome. But I'm not gonna rant about libraries for a second now, okay? But the thing about libraries... But anyways, I'm gonna get off of the rant conveyor belt now.